The Dragapult League Battle Deck is out now, and I highly recommend it. It is arguably the strongest and most competitively viable pre-constructed deck that Pokemon have ever put out. And if you want to play it straight up, that's totally cool. But one of the cool upgrade paths that is possible with this League Battle deck is that you can actually mash it together with the Charizard League Battle deck, which actually just came out a couple of months ago. So not only are you, if you buy both of these, not only do you get an amazing Charizard deck, an amazing Dragapult deck, you can actually mash these together into just one deck that takes the best of Dragapult and the best of Charizard together. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's take a stab at mashing the Dragapult League Battle deck together with the Charizard League Battle deck together. I'll give you the list that I came up with for just combining these two decks, and at the end of this video, after we play a couple of matches with it, I will show you an upgrade list and talk about the cards you can add to make this nightmare combo deck even stronger. Dragapult EX is going to be the focal point of this deck. We have a thick line of Dreepy, Drakloak, and 2 Dragapult, so 4 Dreepy, 4 Drakloak, and 2 Dragapult as our primary attacker here because it's a dragon-type Pokemon, 320 HP, and its Phantom Dive attack for a Fire and a Psychic Energy is absolutely amazing. Being able to swing for 200 damage to the active and drop 6 damage counters on the bench however you like can help you set up turns where you're taking multiple knockouts towards the middle and end of the game. And not only that, we take advantage of the Drakloaks by having a thick line of Drakloaks in there. So that gives us the Recon Directive ability, where once during our turn, we can look at the top 2 cards of our deck, put one into our hand and the other at the bottom of the deck. And by having that thick line of the Dragapult line, we can have a Dragapult set up and attacking, and then we have multiple Drakloaks drawing cards as well. But then we also still have a 2-1-2 line of Charizard EX, and there's multiple benefits to having Charizard in the deck. Infernal Rain allows you to accelerate 3 energy from your deck and put like 3 fire energy and put it onto your Pokemon in any way you like. You can put 2 fire energy on your Charizard and then add a fire energy to the Dragapult, because adding a fire and a psychic energy to Dragapult can be awkward at times. So Charizard can be an extra energy accelerator while also being a very strong attacker. Burning Darkness for 2 fire energy does 180 damage, and this attack does 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. Towards the end of the game, if they've taken 5 prizes, you are swinging for 330 damage, which is going to be enough to one-hit KO anything in the game. And so we've got this as our secondary focal point, where just throughout the game, you're gradually building towards that Charizard, whether you needed to accelerate energy to the Dragapult or power it up so that you can attack with the Charizard as well. But generally, I like to attack with the Dragapult at the beginning of the game and kind of save Charizard as the closer. Now, full disclosure, we've got one Charmeleon in here. In the matches, I used the wrong Charmeleon by accident, and in the way the matches played out, it's pretty inconsequential, but this is the one that comes in the League Battle deck, and this one has the ability Flare Veil, where you prevent all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon, so that your opponent, say for example Dragapult tries to Phantom Dive this Charmeleon with the damage counters, Charmeleon will block that. So this is the preferred Charmeleon in the matches I played with. I think this one, which is great if like you might want this one if you want that Fire Blast attack to take out a Mimikyu or something, but Flare Veil is the one that comes in the deck, and the challenge is make the deck with just the cards in the deck. So it's going to be this one Charmeleon. From the Dragapult League Battle deck, we have 2 copies of Tatsugiri, which allows us to look at the top 6 cards of our deck, grab a supporter card, and put it into our hand. I like to start with the Tatsugiri at the beginning of the game, giving us an opportunity to grab supporters to help us set up, and then 1 copy of Fezandipiti EX from the Dragapult League Battle deck with that Flip the Script ability, where once during your turn, if one of your Pokemon was knocked out on the previous turn, you can draw 3 cards. So a really great draw engine to help make comebacks. For trainer cards, we've got 4 copies of Ultra Ball, where you discard 2 cards and grab a Pokemon of your choice. Besides being a way of searching out our Pokemon, neither League Battle deck comes with Nest Balls for some reason. So I have a heavy count of Ultra Ball to compensate. We've got one copy of Earthen Vessel, allows you to discard a card from your hand and then grab 2 basic energy from your deck and put them into your hand. In particular, grabbing that psychic energy for Dragapult is going to be really important, so Earthen Vessel can give us an easy way to find that. One copy of Switch lets you switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. There might be times where your opponent's trying to trap something in the active. There might be times where you have Dragapult in the active and you want to switch Charizard into attack, or vice versa. And Switch can give you an option to do that without having to discard energy for a retreat. 3 copies of Rare Candy, where you get to evolve your basic Pokemon up to stage 2 without the middle evolution. We've got 3 in here because it's a little less, because 1, we do like to evolve into the Drakloak, so we like to take those steps all the way up to our stage 2 Dragapult. But 2, there's also slightly fewer opportunities to use Rare Candy in the current meta in light of Badoo item locking everywhere. I still put 3 in here. I see a lot of lists cut this down to 2, but in light of the League Battle Deck not having all of the cards I would want, I put 3 Rare Candy in here just in case. 1 copy of Defiance Band, where if you're behind on prizes, your attack to the active will do an extra 30 damage. 4 copies of Buddy Poffin to get our basic Pokemon down that have 70 HP or less. You'll actually get to bench 2 of them directly from your deck to the bench. 1 copy of Counter Catcher, where if you're behind on prizes, you can play this to gust an opposing bench Pokemon into the active, letting you play a different supporter to help you set up or make moves towards winning the game. 1 copy of Mela. This is going to be for Dragapult in particular, where if one of your Pokemon was knocked out on the previous turn, you can attach a basic fire energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, and if you do, you get to draw until you have 6 cards in hand. So this can be a great way of keeping that energy in play and drawing cards. 3 copies of Iono, where both players shuffle their hands, put it to the bottom of their deck, and then draw equal to the number of prize cards they have remaining. In particular, you want to play this when you're behind on prizes so that you end up with more cards than your opponent. But even in the early game, I do find that because these are 2 stage 2 Pokemon you want to set up, you might want to fly through your deck really fast, so it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world if you have to play this early to just see more cards. 2 copies of Artazon, which allows you to take a non-rule box Pokemon from your deck and put it onto your bench, just giving you more opportunities to set up. 2 copies of Super Rod allows you to put 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy from our discard pile back into our deck. 2 copies of Technical Machine Evolution. I think this is an incredibly important card in the deck, where for 1 colorless energy, you can use this as an attack, and it allows you to evolve 2 of your bench Pokemon to the next stage up. So this can get you 2 Drakloaks, this can get you a Drakloak and a Charmeleon. Whatever the case might be, this helps you cut your evolution time by 1 turn. 1 copy of Professor Turo's Scenario, where it lets you put 1 of your Pokemon in play into your hand. This has multiple purposes. You can heal a Pokemon that's been damaged by just taking it off the board entirely, denying them of the prizes they would have taken with that out of play. You could also use this as a way of getting a trapped Pokemon in the active out of play so that you can bring in your attacker. For example, you're playing against something like a Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, and they use the Sob attack to lock your opponent or lock your Pokemon into the active spot and they can't attack. You can play Professor Turo's Scenario to get you out of those types of jams. 1 copy of Rescue Board reduces the Pokemon's retreat cost by 1. In particular, you want to attach this to the Tatsugiri, so in between KOs, you can bring the Tatsugiri in, grab a supporter card, and then pivot out to the appropriate attacker. 1 copy of Unfair Stamp, where if one of your Pokemon was knocked out on the previous turn, both players will shuffle their hands into their deck, you draw 5 cards, and they draw 2, giving you some extra card draw while also putting your opponent at a disadvantage. 1 copy of Boss's Orders lets you gust an opposing bench Pokemon into the active spot, and 4 copies of Arven, allowing you to grab an item and a tool card of your choice from the deck and put them into your hand. So really great combinations of cards you can grab here, like Buddy Poffin. Technical Machine Evolution is what I usually go for turn 1 going second, but there's a lot of viable combinations you can grab with Arven. And last but not least, energy counts. We go with 5 fire energy and 3 psychic energy. The general game plan for this deck is that you want to go second, and your starting board state wants to be something like 1 Tatsugiri in the active, 2 to 3 Dreepies on the bench, and then 1 Charmander on the bench as well. You don't really need 2. You're not going to set up 2 Charizards more often than not. And then from there on turn 2 or turn 3, you really want to be attacking with Dragapult and that Phantom Dive attack, setting up multiple KO turns. Usually by the second Dragapult attack, you should be taking at least 2 knockouts on those swings. And then where needed, you can attack with Charizard as well. I think that for just taking these 2 pre-constructed decks and mashing them together, this is a really strong combination of cards. You might want to make some adjustments here and there, like maybe you want a little bit more energy, maybe you want to cut down the rare candy count and make room for some other card. That's totally fine. But this is just the proof of concept that you can take these 2 decks, mash them together, and have something good. So let's go and look at this deck in action. And then at the end of this video, we will review an upgraded list and we'll talk through why those cards are put into this deck. All right, let's go. If we go actually Charmander here, that's actually kind of goated. Dragapult. Okay. So if we go based on this current setup, let's go attract customers. And we brick. And we go and grab Artazon here. And we go grab a Charmander. We can rare candy. Yeah, let's go grab a Charmander. And we can just turn to start bombing, assuming they don't disrupt us here. And we'll get down to Dreepy with the Artazon. Hopefully they let us. And hopefully, yeah, they're going to get some other stuff down too. Okay. They're going to Badoo. No. That. Oh, and they're going to Iono. No. No. That actually makes things way worse. That makes things way worse. Because now we can't do any of that stuff. And we can't play TM Evo either. Oh, that's profoundly annoying. Okay. Yeah, and we can't play... No. Okay. What if we go like this, right? We get a Dreepy. We get another Tatsugiri. This is not ideal. Right? Let's go and attract customers. And we'll grab this Mela. And let's go retreat. Grab another one. And unfortunately, that's going to be potentially abused by a Dragapult Phantom Dive later. So let's go and grab TM Evo. And we can't play... Maybe grab the Unfair Stamp if... What can we do? What can we grab that would play? Because, yeah, item lock is going to be annoying here. Sure. We'll grab these 2. I don't feel particularly confident in that choice, but here we are. Let's go and TM Evo, and we'll go and get these 2 set up. And I should have double-checked to make sure we have the Charmeleon. Yes, we do. All right. We have something. We have something. Yeah, the Badoo. Unfortunately, the League Battle Deck doesn't come with much in the way of Badoo defense. And yeah, these are going to get abused really badly, potentially, if we don't get set up like right now. We pretty much have to draw into a Charizard if we want to stand a chance here. Yeah, these are easy targets for our opponent if they get Dragapult rolling here in the immediate future. Okay, maybe off the Drakloak we can find a... We can make something happen. But not looking great. Okay. And they're playing like an optimal Dragapult list here, so we are playing underhanded here. And I don't necessarily have the expectation that we're definitely not better than them, especially with the Dusknoir and the Badoo is going to give them a massive advantage on us. But let's go and see how far we can take this. Sorry, just had to check a message here real quick. They item lock us, and they grab the Sparkling Crystal preemptively, so we know we want to send those to the bottom of the deck. There's Rare Candy. We cannot play Rare Candy, unfortunately. Let's go on Drakloak. Maybe we hit a Zards here. No, we hit a Dragapult, though. And that might be... I don't know if it's worth playing that right now. Right? We should have played a track customers first. We hit nothing. Yeah, I don't think I want to play Dragapult right this second. Because then we have no draw engine. Let's go Artazon. And let's put the Dreepy down. And maybe... Do we do it just in case? Do we do it just in case? And then we can try and figure it out later. Okay, I'm going to evolve the Dragapult now. I'm risking it for the biscuit. Let's go and Iono here. And hopefully Zard? No. We do get energy, though. And we will get a knockout here on the Badoo. And that's good. That presses the issue. For them. There's our fire energy. That's fantastic. But yeah, the double Tatsugiri here is so bad. They will abuse us here. Hopefully they don't Dusknoir. If we can take this thing out, that would be perfect. Oh, fire. We need psychic energy, so we're gonna have to Earthen Vessel for it. Even if we got this Charmeleon set up, like, it's not ideal. Yeah, they're gonna get Phantom Dive here. What's the play? What's the play? Do we get Zard's? No. Do we get Zard's setup? No, I want to take out the... If we can take out the Duskull, we got to take out the Duskull. Oh, do they not have it? Do they not have it? Why are we... Oh, they're going to Iono and Prey. Okay. I think they're going to get it here. Oh, we get our Psychic Energy, though. Uh-oh. Are they going to retreat? I don't think they got it. Otherwise, they would just do something. They don't got it. They're going to Badoo. Okay. Yeah, they're going to go item lock Badoo. But we are going to, in exchange... Yeah, that's a really unfortunate turn of events for them. So we have it. I think we set up Zard at this point. And just make sure... Oh, we're item locked anyhow, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's go take out the Duskull as well. And just get that liability off the board. And we take 2 prizes. And we are now 3 prizes ahead. Now, they are also due for a 3-prize swing, where they can take out these Tatsugiris on the next 2 Phantom Dives of their own. So we will have to be mindful of that. And, oh my goodness, we get Iono'd again. Okay. But, I mean, they need it. They need it in the worst way. And they will get Fez. Briar would be really nice in this deck as well. But we're like playing ahead here, so like, yeah, if we can drop the damage counter on the Fez and then soften these up in some shape or form, they probably go after the Charmeleon. Yeah, they're gonna take 2 prizes here. That's unfortunate. Yeah, losing the... Oh, Oh. Okay. Okay. If we go Arven, because we can still save this. We can still save this. If we go Ultra Ball and I guess TM Evo here, and we turn this into a Zard. Yeah, let's go do that. And maybe we just start swinging with the Zard. And let's just put the 2 energy. I'm not going to put the 3rd. I don't think we... No, we don't need to at this point in time. So let's just go and accelerate 2. Yeah, we don't really benefit from getting a 3rd one in there. If we hard retreat, we're still going to be down. So let's just go start swinging with the Zard. 180 is not great, honestly. But in this scenario, it's still taking out the... It's still taking out the Drakloak, so we're okay on that front. We just need to get these things off the board. Oh, man. I think we had Turo in hand recently, too. And we could have scooped at least one of them out of play. But we had to place these other cards. And actually using the Zard right now is kind of unfortunate because it's doing less damage than the Dragapult. But we are in an awkward spot right now. Do we still have... Boss is still in the deck. For whatever that's worth, Boss is still in the deck. But, yeah, let's see where this goes. Our opponent has been having a hard time. They've Iono'd us like a billion times, and they have not been able to get Dragapult going. I mean, yeah, that's unfortunate for them. And it's funny that they've got the... Like, based on everything I've seen here, they have an optimal build of Dragapult here. They've got max rarity, everything. Alt arts and full arts and all that stuff. And not to say that the digital card quality is indicative of how these play out, but we're playing it with a suboptimal build, and we are in a very good spot to win this. I think at most they can take 3 prizes in a turn, and if we can just 2-shot a Dragapult, then we win. Or 1-shot the Fezandipiti. Well, right now, like, Charizard can't even 1-shot. If we can land a hit with a Charizard and then finish with the Dragapult, like, we're golden. And they have to split. I think they have to go... they can take 4 prizes, right? They swing into this, take this one out, swing into that. They don't have it, or they've just given up. In either case, let's just go swing for 180. I think we have broken them. It is what it is sometimes. That's fine. That's fine. I get it. I would just scoop at this point, like if they really are this down bad. And maybe they've left. Maybe they've left. And I don't necessarily blame them. Their deck very much did not work the way they hoped. I think taking out the Duskull was pretty clutch. And the Badoo, like, taking those 2 prizes was great. And they just never got set up. And even trying to punish the Charmeleon, being able to then turn that into the Charizard and start swinging, I don't know if they were fully ready for that particular play. And now they've just basically scooped here. So if I cut this short, maybe we'll let it rock. But yeah, let's use this time to talk. The Dragapult League Battle Deck is out. Well, I mean, by the time you watch this, it should be out by now. I'm planning on releasing this like right after it comes out. Yeah, they're gone. GG. So again, definitely some synergy between Dragapult and Charizard. Charizard can be a heavy hitter to the active, and it can power itself up, and it can power up Dragapult. Dragapult gives you some bench sniping that the deck otherwise doesn't have. And yeah, I think that while I don't think mashing these two... Oh, sorry about the bump. While I don't necessarily think it's perfect, there are definitely upgrades that you can make to make this even smoother. Out of the box, I still think this is a pretty good build, all things considered. And yes, again, like, I've mashed these two decks together in one particular way. You might want to make adjustments based on you put in some time and play and want to make some adjustments, like that's totally fine too. So in any case, definitely saw it working in action there pretty well. GG's. And we get a Tatsugiri, and that's it. That's not a great look for us. We're going to be a turn behind on tempo. They get a Fezandipiti in the active, though, so this could be anything. And unfortunately, really bad start. Tatsugiri into nothing is awful. Hopefully, off the next turn, we can get, like, Arven. And actually, Arven's not even going to be ideal here, because we don't have energy. What? Okay. Sure, that's gonna... Okay, Artazon's good. Artazon's good. That's gonna get us something. Maractus? What does this do? In the active spot, knocked out. 6 damage counters. Okay. 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 And they play corner, so we can't retreat. Alright, awesome. So... let's go and see what we can do. Actually, let's go thin a little bit. I know I want a Dreepy here. And they may take a cheeky KO off this Tatsugiri. Like, I don't know if I'm going to burn Turo for it, but... Yeah, let's go Arven, and we'll grab... I would like to grab 2 items right now. I think it's more important to get Buddy Poffin. And let's grab the Rescue Board, because we have TM Evo, even though we may not get a chance to use TM Evo here. And let's go grab a Dreepy and a Charmander. Now, we can just go straight into Zard, which is something that we should consider. And right now, they have, like, nothing going on, so... the corner is profoundly annoying, but, like, not the end of the world. Like, we might even just let them take that. Ah, no! Our hand was so good. Our hand was so good. Okay. Okay. This is profoundly annoying. I didn't realize, yeah, the corner attack is something that I didn't even... think about, really. Let's go and Artazon. I'm just going to intentionally brick. I have the Dreepy right here. Actually, you know what? We'll use it just so we can grab it. Okay. Sure. And let's go see. Can we get an Arven here? Boss. Boss isn't necessarily the worst, but what are we going to drag in here? Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, let's go in Ultra Ball here. And get rid of Dreepy and maybe the Buddy. Yeah, the Buddy Poffin we don't need anymore. Let's go and grab a... Is it worth it to grab at this point the we prize both Charmeleon? Okay. Okay. All right, that would have been too convenient. All right. To Oh, okay. Unfair Stamp. We'll probably take that. Yeah. And let's start to build up the Dragapult here. Yeah, this Rockruff can be annoying, and they are building it so that when you swing into it, it drops a bunch of damage back. And I think that at some point, we're going to want to swing into this Fezandipiti for 200 and drop damage on it later. That might be the first order of business here once this Tatsugiri goes down. Yeah, this is a wacky rogue build, but alright, that is what it is. Sometimes we see some funky stuff on PTCG Live. Definitely see less of it in live. A little more in the casual matchmaking, but on PTCGO, it was like a lot of wacky stuff. And that wasn't even necessarily because that was the play style at the time. It was just a byproduct of where the game was, the economy of the game, really. Ooh. You know what? Let's take the... Do we take the Rare Candy and then we can get a Zard up? Or do we take the Ultra Ball and then we can potentially get a second Let's take the Rare Candy. And I'll hold on to all of this. Oh, attract customers, because we could potentially get, yeah, Arven gets us another piece. And yeah, maybe we go and TM Evo here. If we still have it, yes. And a Defiance, I can't Defiance Band. Earthen Vessel? I don't think we need an Earthen Vessel. Maybe just another Ultra Ball. Yeah, let's go TM Evo here. And we can go and get the... Yeah, let's go TM Evo, and we'll go get the Dreepies up. Because we're going to Rare Candy into Zard anyway. And do we actually want to attack with Dragapult, or do we want to attack with Zard? Dragapult is probably better in that... But Zard lets us take the Fezandipiti right away. Dragapult takes out the Maractus, and we can drop damage counters on all of these. So they're going to take this KO. I think we go into Dragapult here. And we'll use Charmander into Zard to... Oh, we don't even have to do that. So we've got the Zard play in our back pocket. We can Iono here. That's good. Actually, Unfair Stamp is probably the way we want to go. So we can... Yeah, we can Fez. Draw even more cards. Actually, you know what? Do we want to play the Fezandipiti right now? If the... How serious is the Maractus threat? We have a ton of cards right now. And we're going to Unfair Stamp anyway. There's the Zard. Okay. I think we want to get rid of... Let's get rid of the Charmander. And let's say the Ultra Ball here. And let's go grab Dragapult. And actually, do we go after the Fez first? Or do we soften that up and then go for... Yeah, I think we... Okay, Earthen Vessel. Do we get rid of... I don't want to get rid of any of these pieces. Maybe we get rid of the Fez here. And let's go grab a... We need the Fire. Fire, Psychic, sure. And we'll go get Fire. And actually, yeah, we get to avoid the damage counters on the Maractus. So let's go and grab the Fez. And we'll drop 200 on it right now. And the problem with this play, though, is that we give them the opportunity to... And we probably could have gone like 1-1 and so on. I don't think that was the optimal way of playing. Oh, we didn't Unfair Stamp. I should have Unfair Stamped there. Oh, that was dumb. That was dumb. I forgot about that. Oh, that was a bad play. So hopefully they don't have a way to scoop out the Fezandipiti. Hopefully they don't. Actually, the problem now is that I'm going to swing into... If they leave the Fezandipiti in there, then that was kind of a waste. So, like, actually, like, legit bad play. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just dropped a damage counter on Fez and then brought it up when I was ready to KO it. And, like, they're popping off right now. I should have Unfair Stamped. Okay, we can Iono here at the very least. But yeah, that was a not ideal play on my part. Here comes the Lycanroc. And if they can keep it on the bench, that's actually kind of sick. because then we can still KO that without having to get triggered by all the other stuff. And they've only got 9 cards left. They're going to retreat into the Lichen Rock, and that makes sense. We're going to take a lot of... Oh, the Maractus. Okay, they're just going to corner. That's actually... that's fine. That's fine. We will take out the Lichen Rock, though. And we'll take 2 prizes there. Okay, let's build up our hand. Turo could be kind of cool. And that can get us out of a jam if they really build up here. I'm okay to take the damage on this part. Let's go and start building up the Drakloak. And I could Iono. I like our hand, though. Let's go and Phantom Dive, and we'll take out this Lichen Rock. And this Fezandipiti we can take out later. And yeah, they're going to take 2 here. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, we don't deal with any of that stuff to start. And then that Fezandipiti's there. We should be looking for a 5 prize turn. Yeah, so they're going to Rockruff. That's fine. Like, if we have another out to Dragapult here, so that we're not eating all this damage, that would be amazing. But it's not even necessarily the end of the world, because they need to take 3. They need to take 5 prizes. Like, it's pretty far behind. So let's see if we can find an out to another Dragapult here off the Drakloaks, and we can punt. They just scoop. GG's. All right, so interesting game plan from our opponent. I definitely did not... should have left the Fezandipiti on the bench, dropped the 1 damage counter, and then spread across. But by doing what we did, we were able to get a full 6 on the first Lichen Rock. And so that wasn't necessarily the worst thing in the world, because off the second Phantom Dive, we could take out that first Lichen Rock entirely. And at that point, like, they were going to have to deal with a Dragapult, and I don't think they were going to get enough damage back, because at that point, we had like a 3 prize turn lined up with the Dragapult. So annoying deck on our opponent's side, but we take the win. GG's. Okay, let's go and put the Dreepy in there as well, just to avoid, make sure this isn't like a donk deck. The Pecharon. Okay, no, it's not. Okay, Gust, we've got, I'm guessing this is a Zard deck. And that could be kind of cool, right? Off the Tatsugiri, kind of looking for an Arven here, and looking for a TM Evo situation. And even with Ultra Ball Rare Candy, we do have the potential to just pop off and get a what? Wacky stuff on Pokemon TCG Live today. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I have not seen, I'm guessing, some sort of Tyranitar deck. I don't even, Tyranitar EX is not good. Is there like a single prize Tyranitar? Okay. Okay. We'll let him cook. We'll let him cook. We're not playing the most, I mean, we are playing a meta archetype, but it's certainly not optimal, to say the least. So they've got 3 cards, so I definitely don't want to play the Iono right now. Really praying we can hit an Arv. Yes. And we want Buddy-Buddy Poffin TM Evo here. And let's go Buddy Poffin TM Evo. And arguably... yeah, we'll go and get the Dreepy and the Charmander. And we go... because we can go straight into Zard on the following turn and just pop off, right? Although we have the Charmeleon in our hand. That does freak me out. So we may want to go... I think we go turn these 2 into Drakloaks, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have those. And let's just double check. Yeah, so we're holding the other Charmeleon, so it would have failed had we gone with the Charmander. So this was the correct play. And we will just Rare Candy Zard and then start swinging on the next turn. That's absolutely insane tempo. And regardless of what's going on the other end here, they're probably going to have a hard time retaliating. No! Oh, that's annoying. That's profoundly annoying. That's profoundly annoying. Man, we had it. We had it. We had it right there. It was right there. They would have been done. It's going to make for a better video that they Iono'd us there, because now we have to play this out a little more. Let's go in Drakloak and just start to filter out the pieces here. A Dreepy. You know what? Let's grab the boss. The boss could be cool, because we could go... Oh, yeah. We can just headbutt the Larvitar with all the energy, at which point they are going to have a hard time, presumably, getting rolling here. So let's go on attract customers. And we get nothing. That's fine. I don't want to burn switch that right this second. Hard retreat is totally fine. Artazon. I don't think we have to Artazon. Although I would like... I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give them an Artazon so that we can get another Dreepy down. Because I like having one Dragapult and two Drakloaks as our draw engine when I play. So we're going to go Dragapult, where we're going to run into trouble now. And let's go boss up the Larvitar here. And that could be a mistake as well, because we could give them the opportunity to set up Pidgeot. But I'm guessing this is going to take a long time for them to build up to. So, yeah, Pidgeot could be a problem, leaving that alive. But now if they don't set up Pidgeot right now, we can snipe this. Well, assume... Oh, we have Arven. We have Arven, so we can Earthen Vessel, grab a Psychic Energy, and take 2 prizes here as well. Okay, if they've got Rare Candy in hand, then we have to scrap that play. A Hawlucha would be really nice right now for scenarios like that. Well, it's not going to help if they set this up to be Pidgeot, but... now they're going to have some control. Yeah, so that was a mistake, going after the Larvitars. Now they have full control, and they're going to be able to set up. It's a whole thing now. Okay. We have a match. We have a match. Ultimately, probably better for the video that we give them at least a bit of runway here. Because if we just stomp them out entirely, then that wouldn't make the video. Of course, that's what I'm going to say when we lose this match, right? Arven counter gain? Oh, no. Oh, no. They have it, don't they? What does this do? What does this do? 190 and discard the top... 150 and discard top 2 cards. I don't think that's good enough. Oh, and the Monkey Dory. Yeah, we're just going to... The Monkey Dory does protect them from our Fezandipiti play here. So that's profoundly annoying. But let's go and let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think we're probably okay. There's the Charmeleon. Why didn't... Okay, yeah, the Charmeleon was in hand. That's why it didn't work last time. Okay, that's fine. We'll go build that up. And 150. Yeah, we can Turo later, which is actually nice here. Let's go and Earthen Vessel. And we can grab a Rescue Board. And let's go grab... Why can't I play Earthen Vessel? Does this item lock us too? Can't play any item cards from hand? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. 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 This is what I get for not reading the fine print. Okay. We're going to get KO'd here. They're actually going to... Well, if they get the Monkey Dory set up, then we get KO'd. And hopefully they don't Iono us here. But I did not realize that card had item lock. Okay. They'll probably play... Get like an Earthen Vessel, get some Dark Energy, right? Item lock on the Tyranitar. That is devious. Okay. If they take this KO, that means Charizard is going to be one-hit KOing everything here, so that's good. Yeah, they'll play Arven. They'll take out the Dragapult. We have Zard. Now we just start swinging. Yeah, and they'll Monkey Dory, and they're going to take out the Dragapult. I did not... Okay. Okay. We'll play it out. There won't be any damage counters on the board that they can take advantage of after this. So, yeah, we just start stomping out the... We just start stomping out these Tyrannitars, and I don't think they're going to have a steady stream of them. So we'll go put the Charmeleon up. And let's go accelerate some energy here. Yes, and I'm actually... do we put the third one on the Dragapult? Yeah, maybe we do. Just... Yeah, let's go and do that, just in case. We'll go 1, 2, and set up the Drakloak as well. And we could probably Super Rod for some of these pieces back at the... Oh, we can't because the item lock. That's annoying. Okay. Recon Directive. Let's go and dig. Rare Candy could be kind of... no, not really. Not really in this current setup. I think we just start swinging and taking big KOs here. So, Burning Darkness, 240. And they can move the energy, but like they're gonna need 3. If we keep attacking with the Zard, they are not gonna be able to use Monkey Dory. So that's kind of the goal here. And I don't think they're gonna mill us out enough, especially if we've got 3 to 4 Iono in this deck. I think it's 3. I could be wrong. Unless they mill out the Iono cards as well, which is not out of the realm of possibility. At this point, I don't want to play the Fezandipiti. I don't want that to get stuck. I guess we could play the Rescue Board here as well. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to one-shot the... Yeah, man, if we had not played our boss when we did... Yeah, if we took out the Pidgeot, we wouldn't be here. But I guess that would make for a worse video, so... Let's keep going. Turo could come in handy at some point, where we start to take some damage and we can go into a different attacker instead. If they're going into the Pupitar right now, though, that is not a great look for them. And they'll probably retreat into the Monkey Dory. Because, yeah, swinging for 20 is not it. Oh, they just scooped. GG's. All right, well, we'll take it. Charizard still swinging very hard. Being able to set itself up was very nice. Yeah, we should have... Rookie mistake on my part. I should have gone after the Pidgeot, or the Pidgey, when I could. I was a little concerned about the Tyranitar, and I over-respected and under-respected the Tyranitar at the same time, where I sniped out the one with the 2 energy early, but then also didn't read the final evolution to realize I can't play items, so we got punked on that, but switching to the Charizard to attack was pretty helpful. There we go. That is a look at the Dragapult EX League Battle Deck combined with the Charizard EX League Battle Deck. I've done these challenges in the past, mashing 2 pre-constructed decks together, and honestly, this is the best one. Yes, you could do the Miraidon with the Zapdos one, or the Meowscarada with the Trainer's Toolkit, but I think Dragapult with Charizard is actually really good, and you get so many pieces that can go towards a fully realized Dragapult Charizard deck. Now let's go and take a moment to look at a fully upgraded version of this concept, and I'll run you through some of the cards that have been added. We're going to be looking at a list from Japan. This one got first place at a City League tournament. Unfortunately, I cannot read that name, but congratulations to them. I really like their take on the build. So let's go and pull up the picture here and talk about their card count. So the Dragapult line is the same. The Charizard line is the same, and they have added the Dusknoir line. And Dusknoir gives you the benefit of Cursed Blast, where Dusknoir, when you blow this up, you KO the Dusknoir and you get to drop 13 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. And this can either let you take out a smaller Pokemon on the bench or maybe soften up something in the active so that Dragapult can take them out later. And the Dusclops is all right as well, where when you knock this out, like you can choose to knock it out and then it drops 5 damage counters instead of the 13. I don't know if I would go 2-1 here. I maybe 1-1. Heavy on the Dusclops, I think, is debatable. But regardless, Dusknoir line is the important thing that you might want to add here. 2 copies of Budew. Amazing card where it's Itchy Pollen attack for 0 energy, does 10 damage, and item locks your opponent on their following turn, giving you more time to set up. Hawlucha is a really nice card in Dragapult where its flying entry ability lets you drop a damage counter on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon when you bench Hawlucha. And being able to drop 2 damage counters doesn't seem like a lot, but when a lot of your smaller basic Pokemon in the game have 70 HP, this fixes them down to 6 so that Dragapult can then knock them out with a single Phantom Dive. Trainer cards are pretty similar. Some of the big differences here include Brock Scouting. This is a new card from Journey Together where it lets you search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon or 1 evolution Pokemon and put them into your hand. This gives you some Budew defense where if Budew's item locking you, you can't grab your Pokemon with Nest Ball or Buddy Poffin. Brock Scouting gives you a way of circumventing that, while also just being a way to search your Pokemon in general, even if you're not in item lock. What else is different here? They've got an extra copy of Counter Catcher. They've got fewer Ultra Balls because we have Brock Scouting in here. They also have a Nest Ball in here that just lets you bench a basic Pokemon. In particular, this is going to help you get Fezandipiti down, where this you can't put down Fezandipiti with Buddy Poffin because it has too much HP. So Nest Ball is going to be great for that. We have, wow, they cut this down to 1 rare candy. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I would probably bump this up to 2, but definitely up for debate. Some of the other new cards here, they've got 1 copy of Night Stretcher, fantastic card in general. Lets you put a Pokemon or a basic energy from your discard pile back into your hand, helping you recover a piece that you might want on that current turn. We also have Luxurious Cape. This is probably the most interesting tech, most curious tech, because this isn't in everything. But if this is Pokemon, if this is attached to a Pokemon, they get plus 100 HP, and if it's knocked out, they drop an extra prize card. And you can't put this, can you? Yeah, you can't put this on a rule box Pokemon, so you can't put this on Dragapult or Charizard, but you can do something like put it on a Duskull so that a opposing Phantom Dive can't knock out the Duskull, and then when you evolve it in a Dusknoir and you blow it up, you're only dropping 1 prize, and the Luxurious Cape doesn't count as an extra prize because the Luxurious Cape only triggers the extra prize if it is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon. So because you're blowing yourself up, it's not going to count. But you could even use it to protect smaller Pokemon like a Charmander before you evolve it up, or the Hawlucha. Whatever the case might be, this is going to protect you from damage counters on the bench, in generally speaking, is more often what you're going to use it for. Anything else here? I think, yeah, a little less energy, and then 1 copy of Jamming Tower. This is going to prevent Pokemon tools from working. So this is going to shut off things like Lily's Pearl if they are playing that, to make sure that their Lily's Clefairy drops 1 less prize. This is also going to shut off a lot of the poison stuff that's been happening. I play a lot of Poison Archaludon, and this shuts off the Ancient Capsule so they can't poison. So really cool way of shutting off some of the different tools in the game. This is just one take on Dragapult with Charizard. There's a ton of different ways that you can build this deck. You might want to make different adjustments here and there. That's totally fine. This is just meant to show you an example of one. All right, time to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Before we go, let me do some quick plugs. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @InThirdPerson. You can find me on Twitch at @InThirdPerson, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And check out the website inthirdperson.com for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.